I've got BBC Radio Lancashire's Scott Reed alongside. Scott, you've spoken to Dale Benkenstein and Jimmy Anderson ahead of the season. For you, what are you thinking about Lancashire's chances this year in the County Championship?
Strong. I think they'll start as one of, if not the favourites, to win promotion, and that's to be expected. Let's be honest, the club shouldn't really be in Division 2. Anybody really thought that would be the case 12 months ago when we came here for Media Day last year, but that's the situation that the club finds themselves in. So they'll start as one of the favourites. They'll have a very strong side. I expect them to win promotion. I think they'll have a really good season. I think they'll be a pretty strong side.
Before we move on to this season, let's talk a bit about last season, because obviously as fans, as supporters, it was a frustrating season. What do you really think went wrong for them, and how do you think they've been? Do you get a sense that they've been building back better towards the season?
I think last season they started slowly. They had some senior players out of form, both with the bat and with the ball, and if you don't find a win or two in that first block of 4 or 5 games, especially in Division 1, then you're playing catch up, and it's pretty difficult to do. And eventually they seemed to get a little better as the season went on. There were some signs that they were improving, but it was just the start that they had. Some of the senior players out of form, both with bat and with ball. They were exposed to having to play some of their younger players quite a lot, which I don't think was the plan. Obviously, some of the overseas didn't work for them last year. So I think it was a combination of things kind of spiralled against them. And as I said, with such a poor start, without a win in the first 5 or 6 games, then they had a lot of work to do to try and stay up. And in the end, it was beyond.
Off-season though, there's been quite a lot of good business, particularly Jimmy Anderson coming back in, but also the likes of Marcus Harris signing for them. Do you think Marcus Harris is going to be a big hitter for the side? Because I feel like the batting lacked a little bit in the County Championship last year. Do you think he can bridge that gap and help them?
Hopefully. I mean, I agree with you. I think that was a big issue for them. Their overseas last year at number 4, Tom Bruce, just didn't work. He struggled to get a difficult season. He had a good first-class record. But it just didn't work for him last year. Marcus Harris is I think, a really exceptional signing for them. He knows that division well. He's played a lot of Division 2 cricket. He's obviously played international cricket. So I think him coming in at 4 hopefully gives them that stability there. The younger players, as I mentioned, have had a bit of experience, and you would back the likes of Josh Bannon, who had a relatively slow season last year. Luke Wells had a difficult season. You expect these guys to come good again with the bat. So I think they'll be fine. I like the recruitment of Marcus Harris. I think Anderson Phillip as an overseas bolstered their bowling really well. He bowled nicely last season. He bowled with a lot of pace. Keaton just comes through.
Just Keaton ruining the shot.
So I think they'll be fine. Yeah, a pretty decent season.
That's good. Division 2 cricket is a different ball game, really, in terms of the sides that they're facing. Do you think it's going to be straightforward for Lancashire, or do you think there are some teams in Division 2 who will challenge them?
Oh no, it won't be straightforward. I mean, I think if you look at Division 2 last season, it was actually a really competitive division. So no, I don't imagine it being straightforward. But I'd be amazed over a full season. Fingers crossed the weather's all right and you get enough cricket that I can't see anybody finishing above them. So no, not that it will be straightforward, but I think they should be too strong.
And there's been a lot of young talent in this Lancashire side. That's what I've felt watching them in the past couple of years. But it feels like maybe some breakthrough seasons are ahead. The likes of Josh Boyd and Matty Hurst, Tom Aspinwall had good seasons last year. Do you expect to see them feature more in the Championship side this year and pick up where they left off?
I think they will do. Whether they start the season, I'm not sure. Whether that's just something that naturally evolves as the season goes on. I mean, they're still, because of their international players that they've got, they're still a couple of injuries away from playing these younger guys. So they might not have much of a choice. But having had Rocky in the team last year and having played Matty Hurst and Tom Aspinwall's got himself in and around it, it would seem a bit pointless really to have exposed them to what they went through last season for them not to get a chance this season. So I think they'll have a decent part to play.
How excited are you personally to be back covering for BBC Radio Lancashire? The sun is out in Manchester today. It gets exciting at this time of the year, doesn't it?
It does. I've been counting down to it for a few days, a few months probably in truth. No, I can't wait. Yeah, looking forward to it. I've been lucky to do this for this is my 25th season, I think now, something like that. So it'd been doing it for a long time, but it's still the same. Every year you get that excitement, and especially when the first game's at Lords, it's even better.
Almost a perfect start. Looking ahead to Friday then against Middlesex. I believe last time out, Dave Villas was still playing for Lancashire, which feels like a while ago now. In terms of a starting 11 for there and the players you might expect seeing, what do you think the lineup might look like?
Oh, goodness me. Where's Dale Benkins? Bring him over here for a chat. I think to a degree picks itself a little bit. I think Dale mentioned that Jimmy might not be available for the first game. We'll see. Be interested to see where they bat Luke Wells. He batted at 6, didn't he, towards the back end of last season? So do they continue with Wells in the middle? Probably do, don't they? I think that top 4 or 5 kind of roughly picks itself. We'll see. Anderson Phillip isn't here today, so whether he's going to be here in time for Friday, I don't know. But obviously they've got Bailey, they've got Williams. They've got enough options, haven't they? But I think it'll be an interesting side. I think the side will inevitably evolve as the season goes on, because that's what always happens: loss of form, injuries, selections. The team that finished last season was completely different to the team that started last season. So that's just the way it goes, I reckon.
Well, it's very exciting. Scott, thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure.